Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've been live. This is very impromptu, and I'm not going to be on here long. But for those of you that saw my post, my video earlier with myself and Howard for our outfit of the day, come on in the room. I'll give you just a few minutes to come on in the room. While you're coming in the room, I'm going to clean my makeup desk up because, honey, I left it looking a hot mess this morning. Looking a hot mess. But I know better than that. But y'all come right on in the room. We're going to talk about, just briefly, because I actually have a rehearsal I got to get to. I had to sing at an event in Columbia today, which was excellent. It was Martin Luther King celebration, and it was excellent. I had to leave there because, again, I have a rehearsal in a little while that I have to prepare for, but I thought I would just jump on live right quick before I change my clothes so that I could explain my little thrifted outfit here. And depending on how the Lord lead me, I may, because I feel like gatekeeping real bad. I do. But depending on how the Lord lead, I may open up the gate. I may open up the gate. Hey, sis Kim. Thank you so very much. Y'all come on in the room. I'm not going to be on here long because, again, I am preparing for a rehearsal that I have to go to. So I got to get out of all of my Sunday go to meeting clothes. I hope everyone has had a great day so far. Y'all, it's cold outside. It's cold outside. So I woke up this morning and my two back tires were just not flat, but just low. So y'all come on in the room. Kim said, please open up the gate. I want to be selfish. Y'all know I'm typically not a gatekeeper. I let y'all know what's going on. I want to gatekeep so bad. So y'all come on in the room. We're going to give y'all just a couple of more minutes to come on in the room. I'm putting my makeup stuff because this desk is horrible. I know better than this. It's horrible. But I wanted to just give a little bit more explanation as to my outfit, how I thrift, how it is I shop, and how I put looks and stuff together. Let me put this down here, because there's a couple of things I want to tell us that you're going to need to know if the Lord leads me to open up this here gate, okay? So, first of all, we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody come on in, come on in, come on in. If you know someone that's interested in thrifting or just changing up your style, finding your style, tag them, tell them, hey, shoot them a text, whatever. Like and share this video. This video is for you. So my hubby and I did an outfit of the day video. If you haven't seen it, once I get finished with the live, just go back and look, because I'm gonna really just kind of break down what it is I have on and where I got it from. So let me start by saying last year I told my husband that I wanted to be more intentional in everything that I do, including how I present myself in public. Now, I've never been the type of person that just go out looking any kind of way, but I wanted this year to be a reflection of my intentionality, my attention to detail, my uniqueness, how I show up in a room, not necessarily for attention because I need it, but because of how intentional I was in how I put stuff together. It's gonna stand out. So here's the other thing. So my hubby and I want to make investments financially, but we don't want to spend all our money on designer clothes. Now, I'm not knocking people that wear designer labels, honey. If you got it, go for it. But there are some financial things that we want to do, that I want to do, like own land, own houses, leave generational wealth. We can put the clothing, the designer brands, that can come later. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is not a put down on people that can't afford it. You've already made investments, etc. I'm certainly not speaking down on name brand. I have some name brand things, but it's only as I'm able to get it within a reasonable budget. Let me just say that and leave it right there. So thrifting really became a way of me getting the look that I like for less. So if you haven't seen the video, go back, because I know I put up a video like every day. Go back. My husband, for Christmas, he bought me an entire wardrobe. And he did it, my good sis, Samaya Hinton, which I've tagged her in several of the videos. So she's developing a brand, and it's called Worn Worthy. The concept of the brand is everything is uniquely made, but almost everything is thrifted. Almost everything. So what I've learned to do is get the concept of what it is I like. And then when I go to the thrift store, I'm looking for those things. Hey, niece. Hey, Devion. Hey, nephew. Hey, everybody that's coming on in. So when I go to the thrift store, that's kind of what it is I'm looking for. So let me explain this. The thing about thrifting is you don't ever really know what you're going to find. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the thrill of the hunt. Now, you can go and say, I'm going to get me a white long sleeve button down today. You can say that, okay? But that doesn't mean you're going to find it that day. You have to kind of dig. You have to search. If you find it, good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. He said, man, we ain't listening. We looking at this. Thank you, bro. So I'm going to break it down piece by piece. Hey, Angela. Hey, Angela. So, okay. So I spend a lot of time, or I have spent a lot of time, because again, I'm being intentional about how I present myself when I'm out and about, right? So I spend a lot of time researching different looks that speak to me on TikTok and on Pinterest, right? So there's this one thing that I'm researching and I'm beginning to understand. It's called juxtaposition. Just juxtaposition. It's a fancy word for opposites. Opposites. So if you think juxtaposition in terms of thrifting, you take something old and you pair it with new. So take something formal and pair it with something athletic. That's all of that is juxtaposition, right? And so let me see. Liz said, I'm late, but what store do you shop at? I see she trying to make me jump the gun because I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm praying about whether or not I'm gonna open up my gate. I'm gonna open up my gate. So in general, I'm gonna hit up the Goodwill. I hit up the Goodwill in Hattiesburg. I've gotten some things from Nuts there in Laurel, the Remnant in Laurel. But I also kind of spread out. Pretty much wherever there's a Goodwill, I'm going to try to find my way there. There are a couple of thrift stores in Hattiesburg. I think this one is called 360, I want to say. It's in Oak Grove. And I've gotten a couple of bags from there. Got me a cute little 9-West crossbody. I don't think I have it in here. But anyway, so y'all, I'm trying to rush through so I can get to the bottom of what I'm trying to say. Okay, so so the concept and the idea is everything does not have to match. That's the first thing. When you're thinking about coming up with your own unique fingerprint in terms of fashion, you have to find things that speak to you. You have to find colors that you like, patterns that you like. They may not all match. Okay, let's start here. Let's start with, so let me just take the jacket off. I'm gonna take my jacket off. I'm gonna stand up so I can explain it, because it didn't make sense when I was trying to put this outfit together last night, because I started second guessing myself. Well, that don't really go together, but I like the way it looked, and hey, I like the way it looked, and that's that on that. All right, so you're welcome. Okay, so here we go. Let me stand up. I'm gonna start with the blouse. This blouse came from the Remnant. It is called Houndstooth. Okay. Y'all, it was $6. I don't know what to tell you. It was $6. Okay. Another thing, when you are thrifting, stop looking at the size. Don't look at the size in the clothing. And it's going to all make sense in just a minute. Because a lot of the items that I get are considered vintage. Vintage being, I hate to call myself vintage, but like 30 plus. That's considered vintage clothing, vintage items. So understand that things were assembled on a much smaller scale during that time. The fabrics didn't have a lot of give in it. It was like 100% silk, 100% linen, 100% cotton. So it's just a little bit smaller. So I think this shirt may have been like maybe like a size 8. I don't know. Okay, so this right here, I ordered this from Amazon, I know 5 years ago. Y'all, I never wore it. Because it came with this little tube top thing, but it looked really cute. And I was like, I'm going to do something with it. Never wore it. So, but I've lost a little weight since I got this right here. All right. So, I'm going to tell you what I did. I took safety pins. You might not be able to see it. I took safety pins. And I shortened the little suspender thingy. Because I didn't feel like sewing it. Hello. Okay. I did that on both sides. That brought this up to here. Because it was like down to here. I didn't like the way that looked. Alright. So, if you're in the process of losing weight, first of all, thrifting is a great way to stay up to date on your looks without breaking the budget. Because your body is just always changing. But, Amazon. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. Amazon, okay? Let me show you these little things that I found on Amazon. Game changer. Especially if you are not, you know, like seamstressy or tailorish, whatever you want to call it, okay? So, this little clip. Hold on, let me make sure. Y'all see this little clip? So, what I did, I'm going to take it apart. Now, do you see? I had all of this room right here. Which, it doesn't look bad. But again, when you're trying to customize your look, how things fit really does matter, right? So, this little clip. Okay? And what it does is, you put the fabric in between here and clamp it. And it pulls. You can put it on the back of a blade. So now, look at how much, it's just a better fit. I feel like it's a better, that's just me personally. I feel like it's a better fit. And so, because of how the blazer fits, especially in a church setting, I can afford to have my waist accentuated because now my blazer is going to cut off to where it's not making the people of God stumble. Because we don't want to bring those stumbling blocks to the house of the Lord. Amen. Okay. So, again, these little clips, I got these from Amazon. I have a gold one. I have one that's kind of like a bronze, like dark bronze color. And then one that's like silver or pewter. Again, if you're wearing a blazer, you can clip the fabric back. And it's going to snatch that fabric in. All right. So, I got the shirt from the Remnant. Y'all, I got this tie. Let me show y'all something. It's a clip-on. I'm so tickled at myself. Y'all, I got this out the dollar bin at the Remnant. $1. Now, let me show you something. Let me see. Let me pick up the pattern here. Notice that is a pink stripe and a white stripe. That's the only pink besides my lipstick that I have on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that well, you got to wear pink shoes. No, you don't. Okay? So, I got my collar. I got my little tie. I'm going to put that back on. Okay. Now, the brooch. First of all, it's faded because it's not real. Can y'all see that? Y'all. So when I went to the Remnant Friday, I think it was. All of the jewelry was 50% off. Y'all, this was 50 cents. 50 cents. 50 cents. Okay? So again, is it faded? Yes. Is it real gold? No. But does it look good? And do I like it? I do. So then these little pen thingies, you can get these off Amazon. And I really put these here because the back of the tie, you know how you stick it in the little thing to where it's not, it wouldn't stay. So I was like, okay, what can I do to make that stay? Because, you know, I be moving around when I be churching, you know. It's got to be functional. So I just put the little pins there. That's that. All right. The pearls. Gifted. I did not buy these. These are old. Somebody gave them to me. And I don't know who it was. Okay. The bracelets. I know this was gifted. I don't know where it came from. Now, I did get the earrings from Amazon. Y'all, this little old watch. And I'm going to buy me a battery. Hold on. Can y'all see that? $1.50 at the Remnant. Hello. But the piece de resistance. This blazer. This blazer here. Now, I got the blazer from the Goodwill in Gulfport. I did get this in Gulfport. All right. Let me explain. Let me sit down so I can explain this. Because y'all going to laugh at me. But it's all right, though. Okay. So, the blazer. Let me see. Can y'all see it? The blazer was $8 at the Goodwill. Now, I'm not big on name brands. But when you start thrifting, you start paying attention to labels. Because thrifting is a huge resale, opportunity. A lot of people hear me, and you can tell when you really get into thrifting, you can tell a lot of people are going to these bin stores, these outlet stores, and these thrift stores. Y'all, they are buying this stuff for pennies on the dollar. So I looked this label up. It's called Austin Reed, London, New York, selling for $75 online. Now, I'm not with it. I don't think I got the patience to handle the logistics of the shipping and the audit. I don't know. There might be something I do in the future, but it's not anything I'm going to do right now. However, when I purchased this, the only buttons that were on it were these. Okay? Now, I'm going to be honest. Some people would have left this blazer because guess what? Here's a little hole right here. I don't care about that. I'm sorry, but I don't. Because guess what? Out of all the people that saw me today, they did not zoom in and say, girl, it's the hole on the sleeve. Nobody said that to me. And even if they would have, that's just where I am with it. I think it shows character. But in the event that I am a little bit ashamed, y'all, you can get iron-on patches. And put them, and just iron them on. Put a brooch. So, let's get into the lapel. Let's get into the lapel, because I added 2 brooches. Y'all see the brooches? The brooches do not match. They don't. I didn't buy them again together. They were gifted. A hand-me-down. But I didn't want the collar, the lapel, to be plain. So I didn't have another brooch that I felt like would tie in. Let me tell you what your girl did. So I went back down by Shirley's in Ellisville. So I actually went in there for my good sister Maya, the one that curated my wardrobe for me, right? Looking for buttons, because she was like, if you can find buttons, I need buttons. So I go in there and they have buttons. You can buy them by half a pound. You can buy them by the pound. So I buy a pound of buttons for $4.99. Y'all, these Shirley's discount buttons. And I did not have, Y'all know me. I'm going to keep it real because I don't gatekeep. I didn't have any white or khaki thread. So you're going to get this black thread on the back. Uh-huh. 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 I took it myself. I said, I hope don't nobody flip that collar over because it's going to be over then. But no. So I just put enough. Y'all, I did this in probably 20 minutes last night. Now, I got enough. I'm probably going to go back and add more. But it got me through the day with my little blazer. All right. And so a lot of times it's not just what you're wearing, but like how you style it. So pay attention to your accessories. Pay attention. So these are the shoes. So y'all, let me tell y'all something. So I was like, I'm going to wear this particular heel, which I wore this heel. It's like a booty. These are the booties that I wore to the Martin Luther King thing. Y'all, for some reason, I could not put my hands on them. Okay. This morning before church, my first service. So they got these. All right, they got these good Oxfords. And it still worked. I mean, okay. So then, remember, everything does not have to match, right? Well, your shoes and your purse got to match. No, they don't. Because we're going to do this right here. And I think I got this out of a dirt cheap honey. I don't even know how long ago it was. But I got this leopard or cheetah, whatever it is, bag out of that. And that's that on that. All right. So I just wanted to explain it because so many people were commenting. And really, once you understand what your formula is, just take whatever you wore today. So if you wore a button down and a vest and some pants, when you go to the thrift store, look for button downs, look for vests, look for pants, different colors, different patterns, and then just put them together. Some of it is just trial and error. It's what you like. If you need inspiration, get on Pinterest, get on TikTok, put in outfit of the day. They just gonna slide down. You can even get on TikTok and put in, what is a 40-year-old supposed to dress like? What is a 30-year-old? Y'all so sweet. Thank y'all so much. What is this supposed to look like? And again, everybody's style is different. But I'm more into how can I make it be my own? And that's not to say I'll never order anything from, another store. That's not what I'm saying. However, I feel more myself when I know it's custom. So let me say this a little bit and then I'm going to get off. Okay. So just a couple of things when it comes down to thrifting. All thrift stores are not created equal. All right. Some have no, what I call a filtering process. Is whatever people put in that bag, that's what you're going to get. They don't necessarily like sort through it. So it'd be a lot of stuff that really just need to kind of go in the garbage. Right. So all of them, the more you go, the more you realize, yeah. So when I went to the Goodwill outlet, that is more of whatever somebody put in that bag. Okay, if you don't want it, just toss it over to the side. But in general, let me tell y'all what my process is. Because I wash everything. I don't care if they say that they wash it. I don't care about that. I'm going to wash my own. Sometimes you'll see something that you like, but it's like, dog, it's got a stain. Get you some stain remover. Get you some stain remover and just let it sit. Because some of that stuff, it will come out. You just got to kind of work with it. Get you some OxyClean. Make you a little paste. Put it on there. It will come out. All right. So I was washing everything like in my laundry detergent and vinegar. This Downy rinse and refresh, game changer. Baby, it's going to take all the thrift smell out of them clothes. Listen to me. It's going to take all of the thrift smell. Can y'all see that? And it does not take a lot. It's highly concentrated. Again, if you have allergies or whatever, of course you have to use stuff like All Free and Clear. But I put this along with my laundry detergent into the, into my load. And then I when I dry them, I do use dryer sheets. Yes, John Christopher said, and it's always on a coupon at Dollar General. Now I think I got this from Dollar General. If I didn't get it from Dollar General, I think I got it from Walgreens on a coupon. But yeah, that's what kind of takes that smell out of. If you know, you know. It's just like, just clothes been sitting up, kind of mildew, kind of whatever. But that doesn't mean they don't still have value. So that's pretty much what the breakdown is of what I have on. And so I'm going to let the Lord use me today, okay? I'm going to let the Lord use me for his glory and for his honor. So tomorrow, the Remnant is having their fill a bag sale. The Remnant is having their bro, let me make it. I know I say that every time I come on here, but I be forgetting it. I'm so used to it. You talking about the smoke detector. So the Remnant here in Laurel, Mississippi, if you're not familiar with where that is, you got Sawmill Square Mall. And then, like on the back side of Sawmill Square Mall, I think it's Blue Crab Grill. I think that's the name of it. It's in that little shopping center. It's on the back side of Peddler's Junction. So they are having their fill a bag sale. So the way it works is, okay, so I'll tell you where the Remnant is again. The Remnant is in Laurel, but if you're on the back side of the mall, like where the movie theater is, it's in that little shopping center. It's, I think, Blue Crab Grill. Maybe that's Quarter Century. I'm not sure. And then there's like a hair salon. And then the Remnant is on the end. Hey, Charlinda. Hey, beautiful. The Remnant is on the end. So they are having their fill a bag tomorrow. Y'all, so you walk in, they give you a bag, and you fill it up, and it's $10. $10 for whatever you can get into that bag. I just want to let y'all know the woman of God. The woman of God gonna be there. I plan on being there. Now they do sell some furniture. They sell some pictures. They sell just a little bit of everything. They have purses. They have all kinds of things. But I'm not sure if there is a restriction. I think it's just clothing. But you can go to their Facebook page, and I'm sure that they will, So it's from 10 to 4. So I gotta sing at a prayer breakfast in the tomorrow. As soon as they say amen on that prayer breakfast, my car gonna be headed towards the Remnant. It's going to be headed towards the Remnant. And again, don't think about don't look at the size in the label. Hold it up. Now, and I do remember seeing where they will not have dressing rooms. So you go, whatever you get, you're going to have to take it, and there's no return. Okay. So, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is the time frame. But, yeah. So whatever you get, just be prepared to take it away with you. But don't just look at, well, I can't wear a size 10. Well, look at the fabric that it's made out of. Because if it's stretchy, then you might be able to slither on up in there, But again, and then don't look at, one of my plans that I have with this particular brooch, because remember I told you it's a little faded, and that's okay. So I'm going to get this stuff. It's called Rub and Buff. And it's like a cream, I don't know what it's called, but it will make it look like it's supposed to look. So my little 50-cent brooch, because y'all, when I was trying to put it on the tie, the back came off. I had to pull out my E6000. I did, and glued it right back on there together. I did. And so, long story short, that's the way I've been putting my outfits together. Same thing I have been, y'all. I got this trench coat out of the Remnant on Friday. I've been looking for a trench coat. I got it for $6. it looks brand new. It's vintage, but it's in mint condition. So that's another thing I would say too. Especially if you're into like blazers and coats, don't just shop the women's section. Go to the men's section. I done got some nice blazers right on out of that men's section. And again, it's worth the money when you can buy stuff pennies on the dollar. It is worth paying a seamstress to take it up. It really is. It is worth finding a tailor that can tuck it and nip it and all that kind of stuff if you want to go beyond just the little clips that I showed you. It's honestly and truly worth it. So I've gotten stuff for my hubby. A friend of mine from church, she said, sis, I'm going to this conference in Atlanta. I want you to help me get some outfits. Baby, I went down there to that Goodwill outlet. Got her together. So I'm gonna be there. Let's see. Well, I think somebody asked me what I use to mold it. I'm not sure of what my stylist used. Angela Duncan is my stylist. I think I saw her in the comments. I'm not rich because when I'm in her hands, I'm in her hands. I just let her do whatever, and then I just make sure I tie it down, and I don't do anything to it until the next time. Really and truly. So but yeah, I just wanted to jump on really quick. Somebody said, where is the Goodwill outlet? The Goodwill outlet that I know of, so there's one that I do want to visit in Ridgeland. My sis Samaya told me about that one. I have not been to that one. So there is a Goodwill in Jackson, but there's a Goodwill outlet in Ridgeland. The one that I went to was in Gulfport. It's in the same building as the Goodwill. Okay. And again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. If you don't know what the experience will be like, just go back through some of my videos towards the beginning of the year. Like, I can't remember when it was, but it was like the first week of the year, somewhere in there. And I go through, I've recorded like what the processes are, because they refill the bins at the top of every hour, but you do have to dig. Now, a couple of things I would do different, and I'm going to do different going forward. I'm going to wear some gloves. At the outlet, I'm going to have some gloves on, some little disposable gloves, because again, the outlet is like whatever we get in these bags, we don't sort, we dump it out. And y'all, let me show y'all this one thing, because I just still can't believe it. Hold on. I still can't believe it, y'all. Let me show y'all this mirror that I got at this Goodwill outlet for $9.99. Let me turn this light on. Y'all look at that. $9.99. Huge. So yeah, I don't just get clothes. I get all kind of little old. And some people be like, I ain't bringing no mirror that's been in nobody else's house and all this kind of stuff. Honey, I pray over everything that come in this house, including the clothes. Okay? Because I feel like the Lord can keep me from whatever was on it before I got it. Hello. Okay. So, I think that's all. Let me make sure I go through the comments real quick. I love everyone else. Again, tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm not going to be a gatekeeper. Maybe y'all will see me there. If you see me there, I'll try to help you after I fill my bag up first. But anyway, that is it. Y'all have an amazing day and happy thrifting.